In this scene of William Shakespeare's romantic comedy, As You Like It, Rosalind, who is dressed as a man, Ganymede, is giving her lover, Orlando, advice on how to woo a girl. Orlando does not have the slightest idea that Ganymede is actually the love of his life. The men met in the middle of Ardeen Forest when Orlando was talking about Rosalind and how much he loved her. "Why, how now, Orlando? Where have you been all this while? You a lover? And you serve me such another trick. Never come in my sight more." "My fair Rosalind, I come within an hour of my promise." "Break an hour's promise in love? He that will divide a minute into 1,000 parts, and break but a part of 1,000 part of a minute in affairs of love, it may be said to him that Cupid has clapped him o' shoulder, but I'll warrant him heart whole." "Pardon me, dear Rosalind." "Nay, and you be so tardy, come no more in my sight. I had as lief would be wode of a snail." "Of a snail?" "Aye, of a snail, for though he comes slowly, he carries his house on his head. A better jointer, I think, than you make a woman. Besides, he brings his destiny with him." "What's that?" "Why, horns, which such as you are fain to be beholding to your wives for, but he comes armed in the fortune of his privence and slander of his wife." "Virtue is no horn maker, and my Rosalind is virtuous." "And I am your Rosalind. Come, woo me, for now I am in a holiday humor, and like enough to consent. What would you say now to me, and I were your very, very Rosalind?" "I would kiss before I spoke." "Nay, you were better to speak first, and when you were gravelled for lack of matter, you might take occasion to kiss. Very good orators, when they are out, they will spit, and for lovers lacking, God warn us, matter the cleanliest shift is to kiss." "How if the kiss be denied?" "Then she puts you in treaty, and there begins new matter." "Who could be out, being before his beloved mistress?" "Marry, that you should if I were your mistress, or I should think my honesty ranker than my wit." "What of my suit?" "Not out of your apparel, and yet out of your suit. Am I not your Rosalind?" "I take some joy to say you are, because I would be talking of her." "Well, in her person I say I will not have you." "Then in mine own person I die." "No, faith die by attorney. The poor world is almost 6,000 years old, and in all this time there was not any man died in his own person. In love cause, Troilus had his brains dashed out with Grecian club, yet he did what he could to die before. He is one of his patterns of love. Leander, he would have lived many a fair year, though Hero had turned nun, if it not been for a hot midsummer night. For good youth, he went but forth to wash him in the Hellespont, and being taken with the cramp, was drowned, and the foolish chroniclers of the age found it his hero of Sestos. But these are all lies. Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love. I would not have my right, Rosalind, of this mind, for I protest her frown might kill me. By this hand it will not kill a fly. But come, now I will be your Rosalind in a more coming on disposition, and ask me what you will. I will grant it. Then love me, Rosalind. Yes, faith will I, Fridays and Saturdays and all. And wilt thou have me? Aye, and 20 such. What sayest thou? Are you not good? I hope so. Why then can one desire too much of a thing? Me your hand, Rosalind. Will you, Orlando, have this wife, Rosalind? I will. Aye, but when? Why now, as fast as she can marry us. Then you must take thee, Rosalind, for a wife. I take thee, Rosalind, for a wife. I might ask for your commission, but I take thee, Orlando, for my husband. There's a girl goes before the priest, and certainly a woman thou runs before her actions. So do all thoughts, they are winged. Now tell me how long you would have her after you possessed her. Forever and a day. Say a day, without the ever. No, no, Orlando, men are April, when they woo December, when they wed. Maids are May, when they are maids, but the sky changes when they are wives. I will be more jealous of thee than a berrycock pigeon over his hen, more clamorous than a parrot against rain, more newfound over an ape, more giddy in my desire than a monkey. I will weep for nothing, like Diana in the fountain, and I will do that when you are disposed to be merry. I will laugh like a hyena, and then when thou art inclined to sleep. But will my Rosalind do so? By my life, she will do as I do. Oh, but she is wise. Or else she could not have the wit to do this. The wiser, the waywarder, make the doors upon the woman's wit, and it will out the casement shut that, and twill out a keyhole stopped that, twill fly the smoke out a chimney. A man that has a wife with such wit, he might say, wit whether wit? Nay, you might keep that for check it, till you met the wife's wit going to your neighbor's bed. And what wilt wit have to excuse that? Marry, to say she came to see you there. You shall never take her without her answer, unless you take her without her tongue. Oh, that woman that cannot make her fault her husband's occasion. Let her never curse her child, herself, for she will breed it like a fool. For these hours, Rosalind, I will leave thee. Alas, dear love, I cannot take thee 2 hours. I must attend the Duke at dinner. By 2 o'clock.